What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Coming to you live from the Uncle Steve Shake Studios in Center Bondstead, New Hampshire. It's the Pit Life Barbecue Podcast where we talk everything barbecue and a lot of topics you talk around the pit. Thank you all for tuning in. It's 8 o'clock on Monday night. You can't start the barbecue week unless you start on Monday. So let's get going. I know Dutch is already in the thing. 8:30 bedtime. Oh, he's all over you. Okay. That's all right.
Shocker.
That's all right. Today's episode obviously brought to you by Uncle Steve's Shake. What can I say? Uncle Steve's Shake has 16 amazing flavors from the new Magic Ribs, which, folks, I'm telling you, if you have not tried it, do not sleep on that rub. It is absolutely out of this world. To the competition line in the old standbys, the original, the Gator Shake, and much, much more. And don't forget the sauce with no name. Uncle Steve's got great customer service because he's the one. He's the man. You email him, he's the one emailing you back. You call the number, he's the one answering the phone. So check him out at UncleSteve'sShake.com and also follow his Facebook group, Uncle Steve's Shake Nation, for all the latest and greatest news and updates of everything shake related. Uncle Steve's Shake, shake some on everything. Also brought to you by Joe's Meat Market, the diamond of Royce City, Texas. Gabriel and his crew, man, I can't say it any other way. They're incredible. They do an incredible job. Great selection of meats, always fresh, custom cuts. They'll take care of you. If you're looking for this thick or that thick, they will take care of you. It's the one-stop shop for your weekend warrior or your next competition. Check out the meat department, fresh produce daily, rubs and sauces available. Now, as of I think last week, now available smoking woods. So different species. So whether you're looking for post oak, hickory, maple, apple, cherry, they got you covered. So if you're ever in the Royce City neighborhood, or hell, make the pilgrimage. Stop in, see the boys, load up on some meat, sit down, have a bite to eat, shoot the shit with the boys, hang out a little bit, enjoy the atmosphere, and that's it. Gabriel and his crew, shout out. And you know what we say, Joe's Meat Market for the win. Oh, let's see. What do we got? Ooh. Chat just jumped quick. Daddy Dutch, what's up? Judge Wep, what's going on? Brad Bell, what's up, brother? Bat, what's happening? And Lori Palmer, hey, congratulations on this weekend. Couple nice handful of walks down in Rentham for the Mass in May. So congratulations, guys. That was awesome to see. Brother Steven, what's happening? Big Rome in the house. What's up, brother? C-Mac is there. Wonderful. That means he's still awake. That the screen isn't just mine. Chris Brzezinski, what's up, brother? There you go. Uncle Steve, Mad Max, call you out, son. Yeah, there we go. Guys, it's been a long time. Definitely a hot minute anyway, since this gentleman joined me, because it would have been when we were still at the studio. So end of the last summer, probably, maybe. Who knows? But
it's always a fun time, though.
Oh, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, you know him, C-Mac. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? Sorry to jump on your intro there. I had something fun to say, and because I'm still freaking totally exhausted, it went in one brain cell and out the last one that I have. So, but it's great to be here, man. We talked the other time. Actually, it seems like it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's this time of year, man, it starts getting busy. So,
and especially with you're all over the place, which we will get to. But Uncle Steve's no kids tonight, so he's watching with no pants on.
Oh,
attaboy, Uncle Steve.
That's I just can't get that out of my mind now.
Oh, Uncle
Speaking of
Steve,
shake on anything,
Uncle Steve, Dave texted me earlier. The Eagle has landed up at the new restaurant, so he's all excited. So that will be good. Let me share this out real quick. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Posting. Done. So, Seaman, what the hell have you been up to? Obviously, we know where you were this weekend, but we'll get to that later. We got some catch up to do, son.
Yeah. What? Let's see. We started off this season down in Connecticut for the SCA tournament in Enfield. Am I getting that right?
I think so.
Enfield. Yeah. Like a week or 2 weeks before that, me and Greg, Mike C, took the SCA class down there just to see if we could glean any secrets. That was a blast seeing everybody, and most of the folks that were in that class, they got a really good turnout. Most of the folks that were in that class came back to the SCA, and we had fun. We didn't do great. One of our stakes was kind of middle of the pack. The other one was not great, but we had a good time. It rained, as it does here in New England, and every freaking barbecue cook-off for competition.
Yeah.
So kind of started off with that. I don't know, a month ago or so, I was in Dallas with Big Green Egg for the spring Ace hardware show. Got to cook out there with a few friends for the Big Green Egg team. That was a blast. That was just a one-day cook, and God, what else? And then Memphis in May comes along.
Yeah.
And so I went out there in 2019 before I was really kind of doing all this stuff. I mean, I was, I've been cooking for years, but before the social media stuff and everything, a buddy from college and I went out there. It had always been kind of both of our dreams to get out to one of the big three. And we went out in 2019 and just had a freaking blast. And got the call this time that Big Green Egg wanted me to join them out there cooking. So it was me, Tina Cannon, Mel, Dark Side of the Grill, and Chris Sussman, Barbecue Buddha. And we had a hell of a time. 5 days in Memphis, 3 days cooking in Barbecue Alley. Which is, if you've never been to Memphis in May, like all the big comps, they're people go out there, people spend all this money to go out there, and some of them think that they can kind of roll into, Myra Mixon's area and Tuffy Stone and Mo and get some of their barbecue. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. They, they're cooking for the judges. They are cooking for some VIPs. So if you know somebody, you can absolutely get in. But if you don't, in the past and in the early days, there were just kind of those, little carnival booths of, fried ribs and fried everything. A while back, Big Green Egg sponsor, they're one of the corporate sponsors. They sponsor Barbecue Alley, which is an area that for $25, you can pay for a ticket, come in, get barbecue from us, some other partners, some local restaurateurs. We had a gentleman with us, named Brian Colvin, who is a sergeant in the Army, and he won the Military Chopped Challenge series that was on Food Network. great guy. Was just I'll tell you what, man, if you're a lazy person like me and you ever want somebody to really, get on your team and do some work, man, hire somebody from the freaking military. And he was, I mean, listen, not only just a super great dude, but man, he was a freaking worker and a hell of a cook too. So yeah, we had a fun 3 days. Right next to the barbecue alley was another area the Big Green Egg sponsors called VI Pit. And those are folks that paid roughly, I don't know, it's $500 or $600 for a long ticket that gets you into basically this VIP area. We cook for you over there too, but they also have like some of the big pit masters that come in and speak. So Myron came in, Tuffy came in, Mo came in with a huge plate of lamb chops. They also take this group out for different tours in teams. So I think they went to Myron's team. I forget exactly where they went, but it sounds like a lot of money. But I'll tell you what, if you're first timer and you're planning on going there for 3 or 4 days, it's actually a hell of a deal. And so I got to hang out there and cook with Chris on Saturday most of the day. We did steak and eggs for breakfast. Actually, we had all of them cook the eggs on the plancha on the Big Green Egg, so that was fun. But yeah, it was a freaking great time. It's going to take me, a week to recover, but it was fantastic. William Floyd, appreciate you coming out.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. And actually, we're gonna backtrack a while here. But Brad brought up something that sparked my interest. Let's see if I can't find some. There it is. Is there any word on this year brisket ice cream?
That's, you know what? That's so funny. I've had a few people ask me that lately. We might have to bring that back. I mean, out here the perfect weekend would do that. In fact, when we did that a few years back, we did it on Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
And that kind of makes sense. But there is nothing right in the works. I'd actually like to do something. The brisket was fun, and I think it was really good. We've talked about doing something else, kind of barbecue grilling related. We've thrown around a couple of ideas. We might do that. I don't want to spill the beans, but there could be, maybe pork belly. Who knows? Maybe a little bourbon pork belly ice cream, something,
Ooh.
something that piques that attention. But we'll have to play around with that again. Randy, you got that? There you go. Something we can all agree on, fellas.
Brother, he was talking about this one.
Oh, my bad. I guess that makes more sense.
But that is a good one. That is a good one. Smoked banana pudding. Brad, I love how you're thinking. I love when he talks the way.
That sounds good too. Now listen, we got to go back to our boy Brad. I appreciate the all the posts and everything, but Brad throws in Memphis in May is overrated. I just want Brad, throw in there. I want your take on why it is. I mean, it's I don't know. It's the Super Bowl of barbecue championships. I don't know how that could be overrated. It's different, right? If you're going out there just as a spectator. Although I'll tell you, man, I talked to an awful lot of people the last few days. We had a bunch of them hanging in. That doesn't explain anything. Well, we had a bunch of them staying at the hotel. They were having a blast. So anyway, I mean, it is what it is.
It's an interesting event, okay? Because obviously Memphis in May, the American Royal, and the Jack Daniels, the big three.
Right.
Memphis, both the Jack Daniels and American Royal,
You can start.
KCBS rules, KCBS sanctioned. Well, Memphis in May is MBN, Memphis Barbecue Network rules. So you can only, well, see, I don't know if it is only. Now, they might have changed the rules. I'm not 100% sure. But before, you could only cook one category. So
Yeah.
you cook ribs, shoulder, or whole hog. So I don't know if they changed that this year or not. I might be thinking the one that was down the road, Smoke Slam, allowed you to do multiple
I mean,
categories.
listen. It's in Memphis, right? It should be all about pork, and that's kind of still the three main, right? That
Yeah.
being said, there were ancillaries. There was turkey smoke.
I got the whole list right here, brother. I'm ready to
Yeah.
go. I cheaped out on my research. Googled all of everything.
Yeah, so there was that, but you know what? Listen, it's definitely, and I haven't been to the Jack, I haven't been to the Royal, but it's pretty traditional, right? I mean, they've been Memphis in May has been around for a long time. They've kept it pretty traditional. And you can say what you want to say about the other ones. It's still the world champion of barbecue. And I think that's what we saw this. I mean, we might get into it, but that's kind of what we saw this week, right? Is, with the two competitions going on, two events going on in the same weekend. I still think, 98% of the big dogs were, chose to stay at Memphis in May, and not for the money, but to go for the, to go for the ring. So,
Heath Riles said it. And I love how he put it. He goes, do I have anything against Smoke Slam? No. They're throwing a lot of money out at it. He goes, if I could be in two places at both, you bet your ass I'd be there. But having to choose one, he goes, beside anything business-wise I'm involved with, he goes, I got to pick Memphis in May for the simple reason of it's the world championship.
Yeah.
And that's what he wants. He wants that because if he, I think that I don't think he's won it yet. That one.
I don't think he's GC'd, no.
And because he wants to win it with ribs.
Yeah.
Which won last year and then went back to the regular whole hog.
Well, he did win ribs this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He won the ribs, but meaning the whole grand championship on the winner as a rib category.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I mean, listen, my hope, especially for Memphis, right? Because that city, every time we got an Uber, I kind of talk to the drivers and everything, and Memphis has been through a lot. It's they have some great stuff going on there, and it would be nice to figure out. Hopefully, listen, it's going to be super interesting to see how this year everything shakes out between the two, right? What I heard from a pretty good source is that Smoke Slam has signed a 10-year contract.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be around for a while. My hope is that they figure out between the two how to do, they got to do it different time frames. Because that can just bring an awful lot to that community. And I got to think that that's going to happen. Yeah, again, it'll be interesting to see what, how everything shakes out after this week. So,
Williams, be better if they split the weeks.
Absolutely.
Because everyone's in town, so they stay in Memphis for 2 weeks, and you can circulate the what do you want to call it? The patrons, the tourists, the regular folks
Yeah.
from there, everyone who comes into town. It's good for everybody. Builds up the local businesses
Yeah.
through everything, and you can
Brings a
have
ton of tax revenue to Memphis. And
now. How was the Okay, okay. Obviously, you were there however many years ago, and that was when everything was still at Tom Lee Park, right?
right.
What was your personal thoughts of it being down at Tiger Lane?
So here's my honest thought. I mean, it's beautiful there's nothing like being on the river, right? But anybody that's been at Tom Lee, I mean, the setup, I mean, it's like 3 mile walk down, right? It's long and skinny, and sometimes feels, at least to me, sometimes felt a little claustrophobic because you got to fit
Mhm.
everything into that kind of long runway. But you do have the river, you got the bridge in the background. So I think it's pretty there. When I was there in 2019, it was before they redid the park, and frankly, it was hot, humid, and dusty and as hell. And then when it rains, it gets muddy as hell. So that was a nice thing about being over at Tiger Lane, was everything could be spread out a little bit more. There were 3 main entrances that you could get in through. So the walk from
Mhm.
where you are dropped off or where you park is not too bad for my old ass. So that was definitely a plus. And I think they were able to spread things out and keep, whole hog and ribs and shoulder basically in kind of those different 3 areas. They still have some work to do. I was talking to one of the organizers and giving some feedback. For instance, where we were in Barbecue Alley, we had a demo stage with a DJ. In fact, it was the Memphis Grizzlies DJ, great guy. But our demo stage was literally right across the street from the McCormick stage where they had demos, and at least twice we had competing demos going on at the same time, and trying to overtalk each other. But I think those things will be worked out.
Mhm.
um I, you know if you're there cooking or serving or doing anything, I mean, I had time to kind of bump around. I didn't have time to go out and really cruise around. Maybe twice I kind of walked around and tried to visit people. Um, would If I was in Barbecue Alley, would I have been able to enjoy the tranquility of the Mississippi? Probably not. But for attendees, yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice. But I personally, Mags, for cooking in there, I liked Tiger Lane. It was cleaner. It was, because it rained a couple of days, rained one night into the morning a little bit. Actually 2 nights into the morning. We actually got pretty lucky with the weather. It wasn't ridiculously hot, but unless you were somewhere where over at VI Pit, it was a grassy area. So a couple of little places got a little quagmire-ish.
Mhm.
Um, but everywhere else, stayed pretty clean. So there wasn't that kind of dust and mud and shit all over.
There you go. There you go. Corby Simpkins, what's up, brother? What is going on? Thanks for tuning in, brother. So when did you get down there?
So we got down there, the other myself and the other 3, we got all down there Wednesday noonish, between noon and 2. Dropped our stuff up at the hotel, went over, and we had to get a lot of stuff prepped. Besides
Yeah.
proteins, we were also doing a lot of sides, which probably took the most time. So Wednesday, from 11 o'clock till, I mean, we were there hanging out until I think 10 o'clock, but say 11, 12 o'clock until 6, pretty much. We were prepping sides. We had 100 pounds of tri-tip to trim a little bit. Gotta love when 100 pounds of tri-tip comes with a ton of fat cap on it. Yeah. So the first day was we did a lot of work, a lot of trimming, a lot of side preparation. Fortunately, we had a reefer truck right there, so we were able to prep, the apple pie pit beans that I did. We did some some potatoes. We did some kimchi slaw. So a lot of that we prepped on Wednesday, threw it on the reefer truck, and Thursday, Friday, Saturday were the pretty much the cook days all day. We'd get in each morning, have to do a little cleanup from the storm the night before, and get ready. But it was my body's a little beat up, I got to tell you. But man, it was fun. The people were great. I got to give a shout out to Leisure Distributors is the Big Green Egg distributors kind of for part of the Midwest. These guys have been, working as part of the team and in Barbecue Alley for years now. They're the ones that have the huge Big Green Egg wrapped RV. And these guys and gals were freaking phenomenal. I mean, they end up bringing a lot of the eggs with them. And any stuff that we don't ship out, they bring along too. And they were rock stars. They were not only cooking, but they were there early, they were there late, setting up, breaking down anything we needed. They were on it. They were just, here's the thing, Mags. And we talked about this a million times. Barbecue's fun. We love eating barbecue, but I'll tell you what, man, it's about the people. I mean, cooking in general, but there's something extra special about the grilling and the barbecue scene that I just feel like I left with a ton of new friends. And it's that for me is the fun part, and cooking for people that are really interested in barbecue and food and and all that stuff. It was great.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about in the end. Catching up with old friends and meeting new ones, and building the language, and as Harry Sue says, spreading that barbecue love.
Harry Sue was out there. Dutch, no, Mel did not listen. Unfortunately, Dutch, I've seen him in a lot less than the purple robe. I'll just leave that. I'll leave that there. But Mel did not have the robe on. But Mel, listen, Mel's a fucking legend. Mel is Mel. That's what everybody said. Mel is Mel. Devin, that's my boy right there on Facebook. So Devin is part of Leisure Distributors, man. Him and his team, killer. But back to Mel. Mel is just, crazy. He is. I don't know how dude does it, man. He goes hard, but I'll give it to him, man. He embodies the whole play hard, party hard, and work hard.
They build them a little different in Alberta.
Dude, I'm telling you, they absolutely do. That kid is just, I can't listen. I used to be able to get after it quite a bit. I can't even get close to hanging with him. I had to scoot out a couple of nights.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. So just busy, running wild, doing a lot of the demos. Response from the demos were good. A lot of people showing up for them, and
it was okay. Again, back to the setup, at least at Memphis in May, our setup, I think it could have been a little bit better. Even though the weather wasn't traditional Memphis balls hot, it was still pretty warm out there. When the sun was coming out, we needed some more tables and umbrellas or something to really make kind of the demo area friendly. But we did 3 of them there. I emceed them. We had a gentleman from Paradise. I want to get it right, and I'm just blanking out. It's like Paradise Foods. Anyway, he has a food truck. He's done this for years in Memphis, and put out some really great food. So he did a pulled pork demo on Thursday. Tina Cannon did a whole hog demo on Friday, and then Mel did a rib demo on Saturday. So I emceed those with them. But it was fun. It was fun. Yeah, just like anything, especially kind of when they moved from Tom Lee over there, figuring out where they're going to kind of, every year I think it's going to get better, assuming they stay there at the park, at Liberty Park. I think every year is going to get better in terms of how they kind of place different things and add things in. They seem to be super receptive on feedback, good and different improvements that may need to be done. But yeah, it was they were fun. They were fun.
Good.
It's always fun. I never shy away from the mic. When they want to hand me a mic, it's it's always a good time.
Hell yeah. So let's talk a little results now.
Yeah.
You were there for awards.
No. We I know, right? We so once we wrapped up everything, we cooked, me and Buddha cooked 11 or 12 maybe it was 8 huge turkey breasts, bone-in turkey breasts for the VI pit area. That was kind of like the wrap it up thing, which was some of the most amazing turkey I've ever had. But we fed them, I think we fed them at 5:00 on Saturday. Awards were at 7:30. By the time we were done, it was about 6:30, 6:45, I think, feeding everybody there. And we did a little cleaning up. We sat down, some people started coming by. We had some drinks and cigars, and we could see everybody heading over to the stage. But instead, we were pretty comfortable at that point. So there were plenty of people live streaming it. We grabbed our phones and stuff and watched some of the live streams. So I mean, we could really hear it from where we were, but my legs weren't working at that point. So we were pretty comfortable. It was getting cooler. The sun was coming down. We were having a good time, and but watching to see how our friends were doing over there.
Yeah. So, the results, we're not going to go through everything, but, ribs, Heath Riles barbecue, number one.
By the way, there's a great on Heath Riles' Instagram channel. There's a great video. I forget who was, did you see it, of the cart pulling up and getting yeah. And that, listen, if you're kind of in this sport, or whether you compete or just a fan of it, man, when you see these teams that have been in this game for such a long time and have been very successful and won a ton, still get so excited when they get that when that golf cart comes up. That's pretty damn cool. It gives me a little, even right now, it gives me a little hair standing up. It's awesome. That was a great video though over at Heath's place.
Yeah, and you watch the video and the cart shows up and he comes around the corner out of the back, and he was so excited. He almost put his hand through that whatever was the side of the grill or the stainless table, whatever the hell was right there. He damn near put it through. He was pumped, ready to go. Which is great to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, you get those calls, and especially in that setting when you get, obviously what we're used to, KCBS and things like that. You get your calls, excited,
right?
But those, especially being the world champion, comes back being the world championships. You get the finals call. And,
it's big.
Yeah. Shoulder, Big Bob Gibson's always there.
Tradition.
Yeah. Whole hog, first place, the Shed. Barbecue out of Mississippi.
So I got a chance to go over and hang out in the Shed a little bit on want to say it was Friday. I think I scooted out we were slow a little. I scooted out mainly to go over there and see. Not only do they always have a freaking fun group of people and a fun setup, but Robin Linder's grill girl, she was cooking for them again, and we've kind of been friends online for a little while, and so it was nice to finally meet her. But that was, yeah, they did they had beautiful, their hog was beautiful.
Yeah, they do an incredible job every year.
Yeah.
And no surprise on that. The 2024 grand champion, the Shed.
Yeah.
Shed Barbecue wins the world championship again.
and speaking again of kind of that POV being there when you win a championship, I think it was what is it, Biscuits and Briskets or Briskets and Biscuits, Nick, he had a great video too of out there by the stage. It was part of the Shed, but he had a great live video going when they got called up there. And again, to see those guys who have won a ton of stuff, that was pretty fantastic as also.
Then let's see here. Patio Porkers was Piggin' Ain't Easy. Grilling Green Award, Cadillac Grills. Kingsford Tour of Champions, Bubba Grills. The ancillary awards, anything but categories. Turkey Smoke was Willingham's. Frank's Red Hot Wings, Burnt Finger Barbecue. Beef, Heath Riles again.
Yep.
So he's had himself a hell of a weekend. Poultry, Steak Tank. Okay. Steak team takes poultry. I like
right?
it.
Hey, good for them. They might change their name.
That's it. Seafood is exotic was Bluff City Smokers. Tomato. So these are sauce categories. Tomato was Nice Rack. Mustard was Burnt Finger. Vinegar, Lily's Q. Best Booth, Swine and Dine. Best T-shirt. Procrastinators. Piggy Idol, Swinos. But yeah, congratulations to all the teams and everyone. A lot of work goes into it each and every year.
Yep.
So that's great to see. But yeah, when they do those when they do the finals awards, it reminds me of Houston.
Yeah.
The way they do it down there. And it's kind of tough to explain, but it's the whole they're driving around in carts and they have people following the carts.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The cart / I best I can describe it, Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Okay. Because they're there and everyone's got beads on and the noise makers and everything. They got half trays with covers and they're all filled with beans or whatever, rattling around. So they're shaking the shit out of them, and, just making all types of racket to go to the finalists' booths, but each one special, and like I said, having the fun is the most important part of it. Now, granted, them big ass checks are nice,
yeah.
But
hey, the checks and the big ass trophies, yeah, absolutely. But it's a big. They're all big parties, Whether we're doing a little KCBS, up here in New Hampshire or Massachusetts, or the big show. It's all the same thing, right? It's all a party, and then you get down for some serious stuff on the day of the comp.
No. Let's see, Kyle. Kyle, is the Shed the same one that does the home wrecker? No. I'm not sure what the name of. I know exactly who you're talking about. The giant hot dog called the Home Wrecker. No, that's not the Shed. Shit. Now it's gonna drive me shithouse trying to figure out who the hell it is.
I'm not familiar with that.
Food Network on one of those shows.
Hey, I do want to shout out, though. It looks like our boy Chef showed up. Chef, I don't know if you had your surgery or not yet, but if you did, I hope
Friday.
you're recovering. When is it?
Friday. He's going in Friday.
All right. Chef, got you my thoughts, buddy. Everything will be good.
That's right, brother. That's right. We'll get you there, Chef. You got it. Greg Pino, what's up, gentlemen?
What's up, Greg?
That's awesome. But yeah, good luck, Chef. We're all praying for you there, pal.
That's right.
And I'll be giving you a call within the next couple days. And we'll chat a little bit. Oh shit, the phone just fell. Oh well. So Memphis in May. Now back to, as far as Green Egg goes.
Yeah.
What's the schedule look like for that? I know, was it 2 years ago you made the whole East Coast swing of the Eggs Fest? I know earlier this year you were out in Ohio, I think.
No, Ohio. Ohio Egg Fest is a big one. That's coming up right at the beginning of July. But the next big one is not Memorial Day weekend, but the following weekend, June 1st, is the New England Egg Fest. Third annual. And my boy Charlie from Chatfield True Value down there has just put, last 3 years, put his heart and soul in that. It's gonna be a good one again this year. We got a bunch of guys from Big Green Egg team, guys and gals coming out. We've got our boy, Cowboy Kev and Mikey K coming out. Trompo King, Barrel Proof, I believe Rico and Q Shanty, Suavecito. Hoping for great weather, because for some reason, again, man, the last couple of years we've gotten that shit weather, but that's going to be a good one. So if you're anywhere around kind of, Fairfield, Connecticut, I believe it's Fairfield. You have to check me on that. It's June 1st. First year, actually, we're going to be doing a lot of the Egg Fest start early in the morning, and they start in the morning. They go for about 3 or 4 hours. We're doing it actually in the afternoon. I think you have to look, but it starts, 12 or 2 or something like that, and it goes into the early evening, which I really kind of in favor for. It gives us a little bit more time to kind of prep and get some stuff done in the morning. Plus, from an attendee standpoint, Saturdays where you got, kids sports and all that stuff going on usually in the morning, gives people an opportunity to kind of do what they need to do, family obligations in the morning, and then come in the afternoon. But that's going to be a fun one. So whether you're a Big Green Egg guy or not, come out June 1st. New England Egg Fest. It's gonna be a fun one. We're gonna have some great food, some fun stuff going on.
Nice. So yeah, that's all those. So while we're here,
yeah. What's that? Uh-oh. Did you lock up? Bags? Hold on. Technical difficulties.
I'm still here.
Oh, okay. You locked up on mine. You're back now.
I go.
All right. We got you.
All right, I'm gonna stop moving the fucking computer then.
Riverfest.
Let down, son.
So I didn't catch all of that because you did kind of lock up. So yes, Riverfest is my little backyard barbecue contest and party. This year, the 20th anniversary. Oh, in fact, just behind, let's see, your right ear, I think I see a Riverfest award up on your mantle there. Yes, yes. There it is.
This is let's see if I remember correctly, the second place ribeye, which was
JJ.
not won by me. That was Holly and JJ for the kids' queue.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's our 20th anniversary. So started it back in let me do the math. 2014, back in California, and continued it out here. Yes. Sorry.
Redo that math.
2014. Oh, sorry. 2004. Yeah, you're right. See?
and I'm no mathematician without any. But I didn't even take my shoes off to figure that one out.
Mags, like I said, man, it's been a long week.
You're usually asleep by now.
I know. So yes, 20 years. I shouldn't have even tried to go back and do the year, but this one's gonna be a big one. We'll have some special stuff. We'll do the kids cook again. Big Green Egg is a big sponsor. Uncle Steve has been super generous. We've got theme this year is Tex-Mex. So all the entries and stuff will be a little Tex-Mex theme. In my backyard, we hold a ton of people. So if there's anybody interested in coming out and having a good time, this is not KCBS. This is not Nebs. This is just a fun, hang out with people, cook for people. We end up, so all the eggs that Big Green Egg donates for me for the kids cook. I've also got a large that we're going to raffle off, or we may do a silent auction or a real auction. We'll see. But all the proceeds from everything actually goes to Our Neighbor's Table, which is our local food bank that support needy folks in the North Shore here of Mass and New Hampshire. And so, yeah, we're doing that September 21st. It is a semi-private event, but if, our Pit Life family, our, New England barbecue family, anybody wants to come or, look at Kyle's comment, or cook, send me a message and, we'll hook that up. But, always a good time. So that's going to be in September, third week of September. October is also going to be, you're talking about, last year or 2 years ago when I did the whole East Coast swing, is Eggtoberfest right outside of Atlanta is October 5th this year. And that's going to be a big one because it's Big Green Eggs. It's their 50th anniversary this year of being a company and starting to manufacture Big Green Eggs. So there's gonna be a lot of special stuff. And again, if you're a Big Green Egg fan or just, or if you're close to Atlanta or want to come out to a really fun event, it's held right outside of Atlanta in a minor league ballpark, and it is a flipping blast. And this year, I've talked about this a little bit, and I'm not sure if I'm supposed to, but what the hell, I've already talked about it. So they've got Guinness Book of World Records involved. We're going to try to set the largest beef tasting both in person as well as virtually. Going for two of those, which I'm sure we'll easily do, but there'll be a lot of fun stuff being they're pulling all the tricks out for the 50th anniversary of Big Green Egg. So, but other than that, just a lot of local stuff and trying to get a little rest in between them.
Oh, absolutely. Craig Rig Trip, what's up, brother? Texas Barbecue Chapter, brother, right there.
Nice.
You got to
October is Hair Loss Awareness Month.
I'm aware. I am aware. have been since which was quite a while. Again, doing the math on that some
Bald is beautiful, baby. Bald is beautiful.
hell yeah. 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
You gonna be up the lake, or you gonna come and visit some of the boys down in Rhode Island at the beautiful, wonderful the Rhode Island State Barbecue Championship?
Unfortunately, yeah, this as my schedule has gotten more busy this year, we still have some family things. And usually, 4th of July is one of those that I spend, a few days up with the family at the lake. So unfortunately, I will probably not be able to make that. Cora is another comp that I really love that I'm unfortunately not going to be able to make this year. I had to miss the Fernandez Egg Fest this last Saturday because I was in Memphis. It is, it's tough out here, brother. Again, I flash back to my California days where I do this shit year round. And out here, we got that 3.5, 4 months to kind of fit all these events in and outdoor events. And, it's tough. Some of these weekends, God, this last weekend, there's so, besides Memphis and Smoke Slam, there's, the Massachusetts in May, just so much stuff layered and going on. It's tough to pick, and B, you just feel bad, missing some of this stuff. You kind of wish you could be in 2 or 3 places at the same time.
Oh yeah, like I said, I'm so disappointed that I'm not going to be able to pretty much compete at all this year. Because Coro was definitely a great time, and I was looking forward to that this year. But I will be down in Rhode Island.
Nice.
For the state championship there. I'm not cooking.
Okay.
I don't know, what should I call it? Chauffeuring?
Okay. All right.
Transporting.
Pimping.
I will be with Mr. Aaron Leslie of Texas Oil Dust.
Nice.
He's going to be cooking on Miss Mary.
Oh, great. Oh, so you are taking Miss Mary down. Okay, nice.
Yep. He's flying in.
Something tells me you're going to get your hands a little dirty.
I'll always get my hands a little dirty anyway. But yeah, we've got, some of the usual suspects, but a few of the Texas boys are coming in town.
Nice.
Obviously, Aaron Leslie, Texas Oil Dust. Mr. Bill Purvis for Chicken Fried Barbecue.
Excellent.
Mr. Phil Breeden of LC Barbecue.
Okay.
Carlos Calzada of Smokin' Los. There's still the rumor out there. We're still waiting on confirmation, I suppose, from Robert Smith from First Class Barbecue coming out. But yeah, the Texas boys are coming out.
Good crowd. Good. Coming out to little tiny Rhode Island. I like it.
They're chasing that Jack.
Yeah. Yep.
Chasing the Jack.
Yep.
So, I was talking with Aaron when we were down in Houston. And he's like, yeah, let me know. And he's like, what'd you hear? I'm like, I go, it's on, brother. It's an auto. He goes, okay. He goes, if I only knew somebody who had stuff, I'm like, come on.
That'll do it.
I go, I'm not using it, or at least competition. I go, it might be used it's going to be used in my driveway. But, we're not competing this year. So, dude, if you come into town to try to catch it, I'll be there. I'll bring it on down.
Get that beauty out there.
I actually got to get on the horn with him to start organizing things, figuring out his flight and all that when he's coming in. Try to figure out when all the boys are coming in. If they're willing to, if they're coming down there, if they're willing to all a little carpool about 2.5 hours north. Who the hell knows? We might have to throw a 4th of July party out here in Center Bonstead with the Texas boys. Just saying.
Well, listen, if you do that, let me know because when I'm up there, I'm not too far away from the compound. So
Right. That's right. And we got to figure out what Sunday that
yeah,
we were talking about getting together and firing it up and cooking a bunch of goodies. And
we'll just have to do a special Sunday show.
oh, what a coincidence! We can do that now.
Right? Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely, brother.
Well, that'll be
But
fun.
listen,
We will definitely do that.
hell yeah, hell yeah. But listen, go get some sleep. I know you're way past your bedtime. You look tired as fuck, and not for nothing. Okay, you are more busy now, retired,
Yeah,
than you were when you were working.
100%. 100%. But it's and listen, I love, my for those that don't know, I used to manage AT&T call centers around the world, used to do a lot of traveling and I really enjoyed that. But man, I am having a blast. My old body, 30 years of basketball has torn up my body. So doing this stuff, man, I'm worn the F out by the end of it. But I'll tell you, man, I'm having so much fun and have met, through this, have met so many great people. And that's I'm not even going to call this work. It's kind of a dream that I didn't know that I had. And I don't know if it was Buddha and I or somebody and I were talking about this. It's waiting.
Working,
But
working.
it's like, the pandemic, as shitty as that was, that's what kind of really got me, my foot in the door on this stuff. I mean, like a lot of us, I've been cooking for a long time, and the pandemic, I started, sharing more on social media and making these connections and friends. And, don't get me wrong, I don't want to go back there, but you talk about glass being half full, half empty. For me, it was, I think it was actually Captain Ron Dimfelmeyer. We were talking about that, and he's like, yeah, same thing with me. It's like, I was in kind of a job that I wasn't digging and started sharing stuff through the pandemic and it took off. So I'm not going to complain about being well, I'm going to complain and whine about being sore and stuff, but that's just for the fun of it. But it's been such a fun ride. I wouldn't have met you, Mags, without it, and everybody else. But I know Uncle Steve threw it in there a little bit earlier. Man, we had the family vacation this last year during Houston. I've got it blocked off for 2025. I'm doing Houston, so
Yeah, I don't know. I don't exactly want to talk about that right now.
I'm tying up Mags and I'm driving them out. Well, or we're going on a plane, most likely. No,
Not this year. They changed the dates on me, sons of bitches.
oh, really?
It's going to be February, if I'm not mistaken, February 28th, March 1st, and 2nd. So it's the last official weekend in February, which normally it's the week before that 21st, 24th.
Yeah.
This year when it came out, it's going to be that first weekend in March. So there is
that a bad weekend for you?
There is a major scheduling controversy as far as work goes on overtime days. So it's one of those. It's like shit. Eventually, I knew it was going to eventually bite me in the ass. Once I finally started being able to go, that because it's a rotating day off, so it changes every week. So eventually it was going to run that week, hit that weekend. I just wasn't quit. Believe me, Steve. Believe me, Steve. If I could, I would do it last month. If not before that. They are driving me bananas, but soon enough.
Well, I'm not going to rub it in, but that date change may make it easier for me to get out there because I think that'll probably take it out of the kids' February break. So
that's right, because Yes, because that week of it is Massachusetts.
Yeah.
When we get back the week after is
New
New
Hampshire.
Hampshire. So yeah,
Yep.
it'll be New Hampshire's ones.
Yeah. Well,
Move here, you would be a supervisor. And let me tell you something. I'll straighten that goddamn building down the street from you out. All the bullshit they're doing down there.
Oh man. Well, listen, just just try to work on that September 21st day off.
Maybe somebody will, a position will open up. I'll put in a bid on it, and that happens to be that weekend there. And you never know. Who knows?
I got a few of my boys coming out from back home, from the Riverfest OGs that have been, my college roommates and everything that have been with Riverfest since day one, 20 years ago. So bringing them out and showing them what Riverfest turned into.
So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, brother, like I said, thank you so much for recapping the weekend and doing some much needed and catch up with you and go get some rest, son.
Always appreciate it. Good time with you, Mags. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Steve, I'll send you a message, but it's Tex-Mex, baby. I don't even think we need to go anything new. I think Texas Red might do the job, but I'll send you the new the Riverfest logo.
There you go. There you go. Well,
Johnny Mags sent much love to the family. I haven't seen the family for a while, but thanks for having me on. I always appreciate it, my brother.
Anytime, brother, and we'll get it all done, and we'll set up that. We'll figure out that Sunday and get cooking together. And
Sunday fun day.
Have some fun there, folks. Well, that's it. C-Mac in the house, catching up. Great to catch up with him. Cheers, brother. Next week, folks, Memorial Day or Memorial Day evening, I will be live, and I will be joined by Wes Wicker of Big Wick's Mesquite Smoked Jalapeno Glaze out of the great state of Texas. And we'll be talking about his. I haven't tried it. The boys are absolutely loving it. So we're going to get Wes on, and he's going to tell us all the goodies. So tune in then. Thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate you. Catch the audio on all the platforms, catch the video. Obviously here on Facebook, also YouTube. Questions or comments, please send a like bbqpodcast@gmail.com. Like always, like, subscribe, rate, and review. Hit that share button. And until next week, keep the
smoke rolling.
Yeah, baby.
Let's go.